Hey guys, my name's Logan Brown. I'm the owner and operator of LMC Job Site and Outdoor Services. This is going to be my new YouTube. I do just about anything outdoors. I appreciate you guys coming to watch. I'll probably get better at this the more I do, but for right now, this is what you guys get, so I hope you guys like it. But today, we're going to be clearing up around all these trees with the skid. I just got back from a trenching job yesterday, so I got to get it out the trailer, get the trencher off, and then get the brush hog on, which I rented it from my personal job. We're going to take it out here and we're just going to kind of clean up all the, I don't know if you guys can see this, but like right in there, you know, just kind of the smaller shrubs. I'm not going to try to take the big trees down, obviously, but that's where we're going to start. So we're going to get this unloaded and then I'll get back with you guys. All right, so I figured I'd bring you guys along here. What we're gonna do here is unload it. Figured you guys might want to see the process, so if you don't, you can skip ahead if you just want to watch the brush hogging. It's a pretty good angle. I got the outriggers down. I usually forget to do that, and my heart drops to the floor when the whole trailer picks up. But what I like to do, since there's a little space back there around the outriggers, I just like to put the feet flat on the ground. You can kind of see. And I parked too close to my service truck here, so it's gonna be kind of hard to. Now, gotta do the acrobatics here. I got the bucket up front here, that's why I'm facing forward. I like to load it backwards in here, but I was putting the bucket up there, up over the spare. Warm up for a second. My biggest fear is the ramps kicking out while I'm backing off because I can't see them once they're past. Once they're past the camera, I can't see them anymore, so it kind of sketches me out almost. But we're off. Sure I don't hit the old lady's car. She might be upset about that. Just gotta get a little run at it. Scares me every time. And it don't matter how many times I've done it, I don't get used to that breakover angle. Terrible. Now the worst part here. Move that away from my truck there. I'm gonna try to hit it right in the center because it's got a little play in there. And you always pick them up and make sure the pins are in, which they are. We'll put this chain on so it don't get caught in it. We'll be ready to go. I'm high idling it right now though, so it'll warm up a little bit better. That is kind of tied up there. We're ready to go. Now, I don't have a gate in there, so I gotta go all the way around. I'm gonna put a gate over there one of these days, but when I get time. You know what we forgot? The hoses. I always like to clean them off because that's going into your hydraulic system. You've got your filters, but they can only filter so much, you know. But I gotta come back through here with a grapple, clean the rest of it out. Kind of clean it up, make it look a little better. But I ended up having a job come up, so I had to go do that. So we got to make that money. All these are them big thorn trees. You know, the ones that are the massive thorns on them, that's what those are. Every one of them. But if I could sell a job like that, I'd get a disc mulcher or something, and I'd go through there and I'd clean them all out. It'd be hard to drive anything with air tires out on it for forever, but that'd be the best way, most cost effective, because the best way would be to get one of them tree pinchers and go in there and clean all that out, pull them all up. But that would not be cost effective at all, I guarantee it.
Just like that. Makes it look a little better. There's one of the thorn trees right there.
what I like to do is kind of ease it over with the trigger, and then I press my my auxiliary hold, you know, like where you can hold it. It'll hold it for you pretty much.
I like to slowly start with that, and then I just let my thumb, once I go off to the end, once I get all the way, I just let it slip off and I hit the button. That way it doesn't try to stop, you know, make a lot of racket. And this thing will almost fit in between there.
Take a before and after photo here. There we go. I'll get off here and show you guys these if you've never seen them before. They're really common here in Oklahoma, especially where I live at. But they've got thorns like that right there. That's probably 1.5 inches long maybe, but they're all over them. then they get really big too. I don't see any real long ones. They usually get real big up at the top, but that's not one. They usually fall, self-prune themselves, I guess you could say. But I just figured I'd show you guys that in case you've never seen them before. We see a lot of them over here though. That's what all them trees you see over there across the road, that's what those are. They're the thorn bushes. I remember I got a pretty good size whip here somewhere. I can't remember about that. My dad's got the answer, how do you say it? Tree puller. We came here a long time ago. It's work. We had to put the power line in front of the house there. So we got it. And I need to take both of those barns down. I've been thinking about stripping the wood off the side of that one there and trying to sell it, because I know there's a pretty good market for the old barn wood. I've had it, or I've posted on Facebook before, and honestly I put a good deal on it. I put it for $500 a load, and in the ad I just put $500 get you a load, so you can fill up a semi-load, or if you want one piece it's going to be $500. You know what I mean? Like, I made the ad pretty simple. People were trying to like Jew me down on old barn wood. It's what I hate about Facebook Marketplace. You know, it's kind of, it just gets kind of annoying dealing with people and all that. I'm just trying to get rid of it because I'd hate for it to go to waste, because the next option is going to be to burn it like we did the one right there, which I'm still trying to get the metal and everything out of it, take it off, which the metal business isn't really what I'm into, but I got some friends at the Fraley's Recycling that I take all my stuff to. They make me pretty fair deals, I'd say. I don't know. They seem to be pay better than the rest of these other places around here. So today we're just gonna clean up to here. Not necessarily interested in cutting these trees down. They're not big cutting. It's more the fact that I don't really feel like running through things. You know, like through the trees. I don't get into. That's not my own equipment. You know, I don't necessarily need a little tree, so that's the takeoff from it. You know, it doesn't hurt to get rid of them. We're here anyways. They're not starting to get that. Pretty good. Just like that. You know, like, I don't necessarily need that. So. Yep. I saw that coming. All right. Better shut that off. Just in case. Well, the positive note here. Yeah. I'm just gonna run over here and get some pliers. I'll bring you guys back. Alright, we're back. Got some pliers, so we're just gonna start cutting. Trying to get all this out. Break out the big guns for that one. Yeah. I think if we can cut it all like that, and just kind of peel her off there. Yeah. So that's loose off of there. Guess I should have brought me some gloves too, but kind of on a time schedule here, so I'm just trying to. Luckily, it didn't get wrapped up in the spindle there, so I just kind of stayed out here on the edge. Okay. We'll keep those pliers with us just in case. Let's do what I should have done a while ago. See if there's any more wire in here sticking out. There's one of the big ones I was trying to find for you guys. You see how, and they're sharp too. Alright, I don't see any more, so we're just gonna go back at it. Oh shit. Well, that was one of them thorn tree bushes. But I was trying not to tear it up. what I mean? I got complacent. And I started throwing it back up my skiddy here. Luckily, it didn't break the window. That's how fast it can happen if you're not paying attention. Which obviously I was not. Let's see if I can get this bad boy turned around now. I've done what I need to do in here. See if I can get this bad boy. Cedar tree. Kinda got like an infestation of cedar trees as well out here for some reason.
wasn't gonna try to knock that down with this. I just knew, I got to looking at it, I knew it was dead, so that's why I shoved it over. It's a little big for this here. Scratch me once. I'm honestly impressed we've only hit one wire ball. within probably 5 or 6 years, they'll be at that stump there. Not really wanting to lose acreage to a tree, or just a tree. It's nice, sort of. It serves its purpose. I don't like fallen trees at all, but it does serve its purpose in that situation. Just have to make sure I didn't pick some of that wire up.
what's coming next for that one. Some deer out there again. Oh, don't hit my truck. Alright guys, I'm gonna get this taken back. Then I'll bring you guys back. If I end up getting a disc mulcher, I'll bring you guys back. If not, I'll bring you guys back on the next one.